So in this session, we're going to learn how to do ultrasound of the radial, ulnar, brachial, and axillary arteries. So the patient has a tourniquet on, so we can see the veins a little bit better. We're going to use a linear probe, which has already been introduced to you. All right. So we're going to put there's an indicator right here, and that's going to be towards the patient's right side. All right. And you're just going to, first things first, is you're going to palpate all the arteries before you ultrasound the patient. So I'm going to palpate the radial artery, make sure they have a pulse, ulnar artery, brachial artery, as well as the axillary artery over here. Okay. So once I palpate it, I know where my landmarks are, and I can put the ultrasound probe on top. So I'll start with the radial artery. We're going to go from distal to proximal. You're just going to lay the probe where you felt the artery. And as you can see on the screen, the radial artery is right here. Right here. This might look like an artery, but that's actually a vein because you can compress it. As you can see, when I press it down, that compresses. Okay? Whereas the artery over here is actually pulsating. You see it pulsating over there. And this structure is non-pulsatile, and it's compressible. Whereas this one is still pulsating, and it's non-compressible. Okay? So next we're going to go to the ulnar artery. So we'll just shift the probe over to where the ulnar artery is. Right here, where you felt the... And once again, you're going to use compressibility. Even though you see a lot of structures on the screen, when you actually compress down, you see only one structure that's still pulsating. Another option we can use is color flow Doppler, so which we'll push here. And when you see when I put the color on, you see the little red flickers, and that's a sign of pulsation of the vessel itself. Alright, so we'll go back to 2D. Alright, so that's the ulnar artery. Once again, that's right here. And with the arrow, that's where the ulnar artery is. Okay. So next is going to be the brachial artery. So once again, you're going to put the probe where you felt the pulse. And right here, you can see the brachial artery. It's right here. As it's pulsating. Alright? And you can see when I don't compress, you see the veins popping up again. So here are the two veins. And when I push down, you see it's compressed, but the artery is still pulsating and non-compressible. Alright? So if you follow the brachial artery all the way to the proximal areas, you can find the axillary artery. So right here, I'm going to follow the brachial artery, which is right here. Okay, now I'm going to keep going up. And you can actually see there's a big vein right there also, right? It's compressible though, but you can see this is still pulsating, the artery. Now I'm going to keep following it up. I'm going to increase my far field gain a little bit. And once again, keeping that artery into view. I'm going to go up more. Artery still in view, right here. And I'm going to keep going farther up. And the brachial artery turns into the axillary artery. Right there. You see that? There's a big vein next to it, but it's compressible. So big vein right here, compressible, versus the axillary artery, which is not compressible over here. Alright, and that concludes our session for the arteries of the upper extremity.